How difficult is it on a scale of 1 to 10 to start a business, especially here in the US as an immigrant?
So as an immigrant, it's like starting from scratch. You don't really know the rules and regulations in America, and everything varies state to state. So I would say it was quite difficult at first for me, knowing how to get an LLC, paying my taxes the right way, and then depending on what business you start up, you have to make sure everything is within the law because you don't want to break the law. Just not knowing how to start kind of was the holdback for me at first, but everything's available online. There's so much free resources online that you can go to, and as far as taxes, there's a lot of accountants around that you can ask. But once I got into it, I would say that it was kind of smooth sailing because I had a lot of support in the beginning, especially from my fellow Kenyan diaspora in America. So yeah.
Okay, I'm getting my eyebrows done today.
Yes.
Permanent eyebrows.
Yes.
This is something that I've always wanted to do. I am turning 50 soon, and I decided that I want to do this. So I looked on Instagram and I saw this lady right here. I saw her Instagram page and she was doing an amazing job. So I figured I'll schedule an appointment and see what it's all about. I'll show you guys the before and after. But before that, she's gonna introduce herself. She'll tell us a little bit about how she started and what it entails to do such a business.
Yeah.
All right.
Hi guys, my name is Christine Mayaka. I am the owner of Lavish Brows Beauty here in Middletown, Delaware. I started this business about 4 years ago just because I wanted to bring smiles and bring confidence to people who feel like, okay, I want to feel beautiful on the inside and outside. So I felt like brows definitely open up your face and they make a difference. So I got into beauty. I not only do I do brows, I do lip blush, lip neutralization, freckles, beauty marks, Botox, and filler. I am also a nurse. I've been a nurse for 6 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So Christine says that she was a nurse before. I'm a nurse myself. I'm curious to know what made you change, or have you actually changed from being a nurse to now doing this, eyebrows?
So I started this business about 4 years ago, 2 years into me being a nurse, and I just added it onto what I do, and now it's full-time. So I'm here with my business full-time, and I still work as a nurse, but I work per diem. So I work maybe 2 or 3 days a week.
Okay. What goes into getting this certification? Do you have to go to school for this? For somebody who's out there wondering, what else can I do with my life? The 9-to-5 job is getting on my nerves, or maybe I'm getting a little bit older, or I want a different source of income, I want to start my own business. What does this entail?
So usually this takes about 2 to 3 days for certification. You would go find a training, whether it be in-state or out-of-state, and you do the certification. Once you do that, you have to make sure that you are within the regulations with your state. It varies. In Delaware, you're allowed to just get the certification, a body art permit, and then start. Okay. As long as you have a space like this that is within what Delaware regulations require you to have as a body art artist. But as far as different states, some states have you do an apprenticeship. Okay. So you might have to do a couple hours, but you don't have to go to school to be a cosmetology. You do not have to be an esthetician. You just have to go for a certification.
Okay. How difficult is it on a scale of 1 to 10 to start a business, especially here in the US as an immigrant?
So as an immigrant, it's like starting from scratch. You don't really know the rules and regulations in America, and everything varies state to state. So I would say it was quite difficult at first for me, knowing how to get an LLC, paying my taxes the right way, and then depending on what business you start up, you have to make sure everything is within the law because you don't want to break the law. Just not knowing how to start kind of was the holdback for me at first, but everything's available online. There's so much free resources online that you can go to, and as far as taxes, there's a lot of accountants around that you can ask. But once I got into it, I would say that it was kind of smooth sailing because I had a lot of support in the beginning, especially from my fellow Kenyan diaspora in America. So yeah.
Okay. So how's business so far? You said you've done this for like 4 years now?
Yes. Yes. So November will make it 4 years, and business is booming. I am doing very well, and I'm very grateful to God and all my support, and I feel like my presence online has definitely helped. I think showing up online on social media, utilizing that as my free resource to go and let people know that I'm here has definitely helped me a lot.
Yeah,
And
because
word of mouth.
that's how I found you.
Yeah.
On your Instagram is popping.
Thank
I
you.
love your Instagram. I love the fact that you take the before and after pictures, and so people have an idea about, okay, this is how I expect my eyebrows to look. This is how I expect my new look to be. I had a lot of confidence when I went through your Instagram page, and I knew that the outcome will be great. What are your ranges as far as prices? Do you have like a ballpark of how much everything costs?
For my services?
Yes, for your services.
Yes. So when it comes to eyebrow tattoo, it ranges from $450 to $600, depending on the technique that you'd like. I also have temporary eyebrow services that range around $100. Those ones are like henna tint for your brows that last maybe 2 weeks. And then for my lip blush, it ranges around $350. So most of my services are around that ballpark.
Okay. And for people who are, I don't want to say stingy, but people who are kind of like reluctant to pay large amounts of money for self-care, which is what I call it, what would you tell them? And people who are not willing to pay the amount that is equivalent to the service that is provided, what would you like to tell them?
So usually, you know, when it's coming to tattooing your brows, I know it's very scary, and then some people may not think that it's worth the price. But usually I do offer my payment plans. I have cherry payment plans that I can offer. And also I would say maybe you should try brow tint, which is a cheaper option, to see if you're comfortable with how it looks. And then maybe after a while, after doing it a couple times, you might be like, okay, I think I'm ready for this. Or if they feel like it just is not worth it to them, I would maybe offer them to be a model, because I do discount models to be able to when I train my students, I have models come and they can be done by my students.
Okay.
But if none of those options work, then you know, it is what it is. I feel like when it comes to beauty and self-care, there should not be a price for it. It should be invaluable. It's how it makes you feel from the inside. So I don't think it's not worth it. I think it's worth it.
Okay. You mentioned students. So what does that mean? You have
Training.
training?
Yes, I train students for brows, ombre powder brows, which is what you got done,
Okay.
and I train students for brow tint, which is the temporary brows.
Okay. What else do you offer? Do you offer discounts, holiday discounts, or anything like that?
Yeah, lately I have not, but sometimes I would. Like sometimes around my birthday, I'll offer some discounts.
Okay.
Certain holidays, yes.
Okay. Where can people find you on? I know it's Instagram, but what do you call yourself on Instagram or on different social media sites?
So you can find me on Instagram at Lavish Brows and Beauty. And on TikTok, you can find me on Lavish Brows. And I also do injections, Botox and filler. You can find me on Instagram at Christine Injects. CHRISTINE
Okay. And where are you located in Middletown, Delaware?
I am located inside the My Salon Suites at 1655 Lake Seymour Drive, Suite 306, Middletown, Delaware.
Okay. Our final words for anybody who is in school and don't know what direction they want to take as far as starting a business.
So when you're starting a business, make sure it's something that you would not mind doing for free. It has to be something that you're passionate about, because in the beginning it's going to be kind of slow, and then after a while you'll start to see your business grow. So definitely find something that you're passionate about. If it's something in the beauty industry, make sure like you're open to doing some things for free sometimes in the beginning or discounted. If you're looking to get into doing brows, I would say it's very easy to learn. You just have to practice a lot. And if you already are artistic at baseline, like you draw, you have that artistic background, it's a no-brainer. Like you're gonna be fine.
You're gonna be okay. All right, thank you so much. And you told me that I have to come back for a follow-up appointment. There's some kind of like care that I have to do for my eyebrows. Let's talk about that real fast.
Okay.
Okay.
So when it comes for ombre powder brows, when you come for your initial appointment, Your brows will be a little bit bold when you first leave. It will go through a peeling process for the first 2 weeks, and you have to keep it dry. After the first 2 weeks, when it's done peeling, it's going to be very light underneath, but then as it gets closer to week 4, week 5, week 6, you're going to start to see the color come back darker, but it will be 30% lighter than how it was the first time. So at that 6-week mark is when you come back for your follow-up. That's your initial follow-up, where you're going to come in and we basically do like a perfection session. So we just fix any areas that might be light. Maybe one brow might be a little bit lighter. Maybe you feel like you want to make it a little bit darker. We can always add to the brows. So I always recommend after the first initial appointment, you come back 6 weeks later for the touch-up. Then after that, you're set for the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Thank you for making me look fabulous. And I'll post some videos of before and after right here so you guys can see. I'll show you guys when I come back for my follow-up appointment. I'll show you that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your services. And you guys, if you'd like your business to be featured on this channel, make sure you email me, lucymwangiusa@gmail.com. Let me know if you're in Delaware, if you want me to come to your business and shout it out. We are showcasing life in America as an immigrant. We are prospering over here. We are struggling. We are hustling. It's all a mix, but we have to keep it moving. Thank you guys, and subscribe if you haven't. Bye.
Thank you.
These are my eyebrows before I get them done. I'm going to get my eyebrows professionally done. I've always wanted to do that. So I'm going for the appointment at Lavish Brows in Middletown. This is the before. We'll see what the after looks like.
Feel a thing. You're gonna probably fall asleep. That's what most of my clients do. I'm making a video.